Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Crypto MA Lounge. I'm your host Black Adam, and today we have Funky Flies in the house. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. So before we get started talking about Funky Flies, John, could you please give us a quick background of who you are and what did you do before crypto and how you got to be working in the crypto space today?
I have been a web designer and graphic designer for probably 23 years, and I still do that today. That's my real life job. I got into crypto a long time ago. A friend of mine, told me about Bitcoin and Ethereum early on, so I was lucky enough to sort of get into it uh, in the beginning a little bit. But then I started dabbling in NFTs, and I didn't really understand what NFTs were, and I didn't really understand the benefits, and I was skeptical. But then I bought my first NFT, and then it quickly grew and grew and grew. And then I decided, I was like, well, hey, let's start our own project, right? And then I wanted to do something that wasn't an ape project. It was a little different, something that could be it was different. It wasn't a replica. It wasn't a duplicate. It wasn't a copy of another project. And so that's how we started the flies. I mean, we took an idea, we ran with it. We don't pay for marketing at all. We may dabble with paid marketing at some point, but we're working on our brand and we work on our project, 7 days a week. And it's just been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. I've made bad decisions. I've made good decisions. But I'm glad I got into crypto and Web3 for sure. It's become a part of my daily routine, you know?
Okay, yeah, I can understand that. That's quite an intriguing story. You are among some lucky holders of Bitcoin. Yeah, it's good you came to understand the potential in NFTs and crypto because still, whenever I met someone discussing about NFTs, most of the people don't understand the idea. They just think it's a simple image or it's simple just artwork. Why don't you have a physical picture hanging on the wall instead of having a digital image of that thing in your wallet? It's good you understood the potential in NFTs and crypto a long time ago. So here we are talking today with your project. So how did you end up starting Funky Flies? Give us a little background. How did you end up starting Funky Flies then?
So I had invested in a project called the Apocalyptic Apes, and that was one of my first NFTs that I bought. And we really loved the artwork. And I just was like, well, I mean, I said to myself, I was like, we can create something, along that style. So I have a woman that I work with named Lisa. She's an illustrator, and she's been doing work for me for 15 years. And I went to her and I said, hey, do you want to be part of an NFT project? And she's like, I don't even know what NFTs are. And I was like, well, I can educate you along the way. And so she's the one that drew all the artwork, and then I colored it all and built the NFTs. And I was looking through some of her sketches to get some ideas on what kind of project to start. And I came across a picture and a sketch of a zombie bee. There was this little bumblebee, looked like a zombie, and I was like, oh my God, this is a great idea. So I started looking all over OpenSea, and I was like, well, I want to see if there's any insects. Or is anybody doing flies? Is anybody doing bees? Is anybody doing this, do that? So we decided, my friend Rick's wife actually named the project Funky Flies, and it just kind of stuck. And so I designed the logo, and we started this process. And I started it because I wanted it to be a brand first. So I started with the identity of it, right? And then we got it trademarked, and then we're an LLC and all that stuff. And then it just picked up steam from there. It was all organic. I mean, I think we're closing in on 10,000 people on our Twitter, and we've never paid for a single follower. So it's taken us a year to get there. But it's all organic. It's all real. And it's been fun. It's been a long year, obviously, because the market's really shitty now, but it's been a long year. But I'm happy I got into it. You know, it's been a ton of work. And I think that, my IRL job has suffered a little because I sort of pushed off some of that work to take on this work. I'm not going to say my health suffered, but you spend a lot of time in front of your computer because you're so into it. It's very addicting. It's very consuming. And so, it's just one of those things where it takes a different type of person to get into an NFT project. And I remember working on the art, like I was working 20 hours a day, and I was like, because I knew we had something. I knew we had something different. So when we started, the first iteration of our flies was so like rudimentary. It was really rudimentary. Like the legs didn't look right, and it looked a little too cartoony. Not that they're not cartoony now, but now they have this edge to it, which I really love. So it was fun to do that whole process of refining them and getting them to the point where they are. Because now they're on skateboards, they're on shoes, they're going to be on products on Amazon now. They're going to be on little fingerboards, tech decks, and things like that. So, it's been fun to sort of build it from the ground up.
Yeah, I can completely understand that, and I think it's a unique idea of flies because people are doing with NFTs or projects with apes and monkeys or other animals or with zombies, but it's kind of a unique idea of having flies NFT, and I've seen the artwork on your website and marketplace. It's pretty good. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
believe to make the and I believe to make the organic things, you need to take simple step and little achievements, then reach to bigger achievements. I see projects having thousands of projects, thousands of members in their Telegram or their social accounts, but when they are live, they even don't fill their soft caps. So it got me thinking that how they have thousands of members in their community or in their social media, and no one bought these tokens. So it's pretty good that you took simple steps and going forward to bigger achievements. Okay, let's get going with Funky Flies project. While reviewing your project, I came to know that you guys are doing a lot of exciting things. So tell our community members, what is the Funky Flies project?
The Funky Flies project, it's the art first for sure because, we're not a metaverse project. We're not developing a video game like everybody else. To me, it's more about the art. It's more about the products. It's more about the community. It's more about having fun. It's less about, floor's got to be super high. It's less about, having 15,000 people in our Discord. I mean, dude, let me look. I'm actually in my Discord right now. We've got 2,162 people in our Discord, and we minted out 7,777 flies. But I was in a Discord the other day that had, I don't know, 52,000 people in their Discord. But when they launched their mint, they minted 100. You know what I'm saying? So, we've really been priding ourselves on, and I wanted to try to post some graphics in the general chat, but I guess it won't let me. But we've got a lot of cool stuff happening with regards to a game that we created called Flingo, which is our version of Bingo, which is really fun. We do it every week. People can mint boards and win Ethereum, and I think we've given out almost $11,000 in Ethereum and maybe close to 500 NFTs for this game, and we do it every week. So we're just all about, having fun in this current market because, like, nobody's buying NFTs, nobody's making a ton of money. If you're lucky, you are, but the real projects are sort of sitting tight. I don't want to say that we're treading water, but we're just kind of hanging out and having a lot of fun and not taking it too seriously because we're not here, promising people their mortgages are going to be paid because that's not realistic. So, check us out. We've got a lot going on. You can come in and stake your NFTs. You can earn coins every day. You can redeem them for merchandise. You can redeem them for Ethereum. You can redeem them for NFTs. So there's a lot going on. I mean, we're never going to talk metaverse. We're never going to talk video game. That's just not who we are. We're realistic about what we can offer and what we want to do. So that's it. To the point.
Yeah,
Short and
I
simple.
think
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, because I think NFT is staying in, because I have seen a lot of projects launching thousands of NFTs and people are minting, but NFTs staying in people's wallet and don't have any exciting utility. They are just shit staying in the wallet. It's good to know that you have some super exciting stuff in the Funky Flies. As you say, you have some pretty exciting events and games. People can earn coins, take NFTs. So we'll talk about every aspect of your project. So could you please tell us how many total number of Funky Flies NFTs are there, and what are their rarity levels? And can someone directly mint an NFT on the marketplace, or people can also buy some mystery boxes to be opened to reveal the NFT?
So basically, what you could do is the Genesis collection minted out in the 9 days back in February. So you can buy the original Funky Flies on OpenSea. We have our mutant collection, which you can mint, or you can buy a spray can or a fly trap and burn to get a mutant. And you can also mint a Flingo board on our website, funkyflies.com. There's links to everything from our website with regards to the mutant flies, the OG Funky Flies on OpenSea, and our Flingo boards. Not a lot of people sell their Flingo boards, but that's sort of what we offer now. Everything is instant reveal, so there's no waiting. And we've had our mutants going for a little while, and the reason they're taking their time is because people hold. We did an airdrop in the beginning of free mutation devices, and people are waiting to use those because there are a couple of one-of-ones available. So, people are sort of waiting out and trying to get those one-of-ones in our mutant collection. So that's what we've got going on.
Okay, I'm pretty excited for the mutant one of one that lucky minters can get zero point
Yeah,
0.5
there's two of
Ethereum.
them. There's
It's
two of them
pretty super cool.
available.
Yeah.
Yeah, two of them. Cool.
Okay, two of them. So let's hope I get one of the lucky
Yeah.
winners to
Yeah.
get some zero point 0.5. Okay, it's super good. And I know you just said you won't be talking about metaverse, or you won't be creating the metaverse right now, but I'm curious to know that do you have any plan to also acquire an NFT store in any existing metaverse project to attract more investors, that you have a specific NFT store or NFT auctioning event in currently existing metaverse?
No, I'm not even interested in it just because I don't think the metaverse is proven yet. And I think in this market, everyone has had to pivot a little bit. So, that's definitely not on the radar right now, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, I understand that, because I have seen more than thousands of projects, and everybody and every day a lot of metaverse projects are launching, and people are claiming that they are building a metaverse. But I don't see the real meaning of metaverse in those projects, because the real metaverse, if you talk about Ready Player Ready Player
I think I lost you there.
a movie that have a really great metaverse, and the real I'm extremely sorry, John. Someone was calling me, so
Oh no, that's fine. You're fine. Yep.
I lost my connection because someone someone was calling me, and I had to cancel the call. So I'm extremely sorry. Okay, I was saying that people are creating metaverse daily, and they are claiming that they are having a metaverse in true meaning. But I don't see the real potential of metaverse that those guys are creating. So let's get going to my second question. So do you have any plan to also have a cross-chain NFTs like on BSC too? I think your NFTs are currently on Ethereum, right?
Yeah, it'll just be Ethereum only. Yeah, we're not gonna. I don't think I'd be interested in even starting a new project or a new iteration of this project. I mean, I do dabble in Solana a little bit, and I do have some Polygon NFTs that I have, but other than that, just chilling on Ethereum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think with the Ethereum 2.0, the more the problem of the gas fee it's reduced, and people are just onboarding NFT projects to Ethereum. So it's pretty good to be on the Ethereum. And I can see you guys are doing a lot of contests, and I'm super hyped about them. So could you please tell us about the number of contests in which people can participate and win some exciting rewards, that how they can participate in those events, and where to look for those events gonna happen? Like you have Flingo game night, so tell us something about it.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of cool things going on. So not only do we have that, we've got the 15th of every month. We randomly select an NFT number, and we see if that NFT is listed for sale. And if it's not listed for sale, we will gift that wallet $50 in Ethereum just for holding our NFTs. Keeping the floor up and all that stuff. And the floor has been a big discussion today in our Discord, just because there's just some things that I wanted to bring up about our floor, but we don't need to talk about that. And then we've got our Flingo, which we do daily Flingo, which means we post a a ball call every day so people can play daily. And then we also started one last night that's going to start on December 1st, which is called Flingo, the Goonies edition, which is basically a treasure hunt. And there's flyers on our in our Discord and on Twitter. People can mint a Flingo board and play these games. The boards never expire, so they can play indefinitely for as long as we keep Flingo going. It's kind of fun. It's a nice way to get the community involved. And we do rumbles from time to time for NFTs and for Fly coins and for Ethereum. So you can drop into the Discord, hang out, come play some rumbles, come play some Flingo. And then we do a lot of NFT giveaways just because too. So we do a lot of spaces each week. We participate in a lot of mega spaces and all that stuff too. So pretty cool. Yeah, we do a lot of giveaways. Sometimes my team tells me it's too many giveaways, but I'm all about sharing the love and getting people involved and getting people hyped.
Yeah, I think engaging the community this way, it's a super cool idea. And I think this is a unique idea to promote other NFT projects, as well as giving your community members to enjoy and also have some incentives too. And I see the past projects stats on your website, and it's massive. And one of the project, Chad and Brad had 86 NFTs mint with just integrating or participating in Flingo game. Like it's
Exactly. Yeah,
super huge in
exactly.
my opinion.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
We
I think.
go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, 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 no. Go ahead. You were saying something.
You know,
Go ahead.
we involve a lot of different projects in our we involve a lot of different projects in our Flingo game, and it's been exciting to see what the game can do, because I participated in a lot of mega spaces, and I don't see these mega spaces doing anything like that for projects, anything. And so we've been able to come up with an idea that sort of like showcases a project versus just throws them in with 30 other projects and gives them 5 minutes. We actually showcase the project the whole night. We make a 2 or 3 hour space out of it. And the track record speaks for itself. You can join we've got a calendar up right now that shows all the spaces that I'll be in, and then all of the Flingo game nights that we've got coming up and who the projects are. So people can come in and participate. And what's really cool is in January, we've got something called a Flingo Royal Rumble, where we're going to try to get about 20 projects in at the same time, so they can participate in a winner-take-all sort of first, second, third place payout, loser bracket payout. And then while we're doing this sort of rumble, everybody else is going to be playing regular Flingo as well. So, we try to make it fun. We try to make it chaotic. We put music to it. We showcase projects. It's a great idea that a community member came up with, and it's really helped lift up our community for sure.
Yeah, as I said earlier, this is a pretty unique idea. Even as you said, a lot of big spaces on Twitter or AMA channels on Telegram, they are not doing this kind of thing. They are just educating people. But this is a pretty great idea. So one thing I want to know from you that do you have any real life companies partnered with you or any investors partnered with you that are keeping their eye on the projects that are participating in Flingo Game Night? Like if any startup NFT projects that need financial assistance as well as your guidance, so you can give them a platform to get sponsored or to get financial assistance.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing too. We're trying to like shy away from is we don't want our game night to be financial assistance. We want it to be sort of like a fun platform because we can't guarantee anything, right? So we can only guarantee what we can bring to the table. But we do emphasize to these projects, whether they're new or old or minting or their minting has stopped and they need some sweeping and things like that. We tell them that, like, listen, you need to bring your community. You need to have incentives. People need to be interested in your project, not just the giveaways that are happening in the space while we're doing it. So we don't promote it as a financial gain. We promote it as a way to promote your project and get the word out. And maybe you'll get some mints, maybe you'll get some sweeps, maybe you'll be able to do some giveaways. It's worked out. It's really worked out pretty well. But we're getting to the point where we have to say, listen, we can't guarantee anything. Nothing is guaranteed, but here's what we can offer. Here's what's required of your project to make this successful. Because let me tell you, we've had a few projects come in that didn't take the preparation seriously, and they came in and none of their community members showed up, and 5 NFTs got minted in a 3-hour period. So the difference between that and say Chad and Brad, where we minted 96 or 86, their community showed up, this one didn't. So it's a tag team effort, if that makes sense. The project needs to do a lot of work as well as we do.
Yeah, this is what we are doing here. Whenever I talk with a project to have an AMA with our channel, I tell them that we don't guarantee you that our investors or any of the investors will be investing in your project. It's you that who will be presenting to our community members, because we can provide you the bridge. We are acting as a bridge that can connect to a project to the investors, and it's you that you need to present your project in a way that investors feel that their funds will be safe and they should ape in. So I think it's a great concept, and it's a great mindset that you don't guarantee any project that they will be their NFTs will be minted. I think it's super cool. Okay,
Totally.
so yeah. And do you have any referral kind of program for the people that refer NFT projects to participate in the Flingo game night? So any kind of referral for the people who are just referring
I
other
mean,
NFT projects to
right
you guys?
now, we have a special on our Flingo boards are minting for 0.03 Ethereum, which I believe right now, let me take a look, is let's see, 0.03 is roughly $36.25. And what we're doing is we're doing a mint special, and we've had this going all week until 12 noon today, which is another hour and a half. That if you buy 3, you get 1 free. But I would do, so if anybody in here wants to mint one and you're from this AMA, I can go watch the minting platform right now, and I would pick 5 people and give them a free Flingo board if they mint one right in the next hour and a half.
Yeah, I think it's a great announcement for the community members. So people just follow all the steps John is telling us. Okay, John, let's get going with other questions. Could you please tell us about your staking and reward redemption program, what it is and how people can get benefits out from it?
Okay, so we have a coin that we set up in our Discord that people can come in. So if they have a OG fly or a mutant or a Flingo board, those 3 items, they can come into our Discord and claim and verify their wallet and claim these coins every day. So if you go to our website, we've got a reward section that tells you what you earn per day per NFT. And also we've partnered with the Grandpa 8 Country Club, where you can go into their Discord, and if you own flies, you can actually claim their grandpa points in their Discord as well. And basically what it is we are not going to offer redemption until our public mutant mint is done. I think there's like 600 or less of those, because once those are minted out, they're also 0.03. That is what's going to fund the redemption of these coins, because people will be able to fund for merchandise, NFTs, or if they want Ethereum, it's going to be 50% of the value in Ethereum. Our coin is worth 0.001 US dollar, and you can figure out what the value of that is based on how much you collect every day. You have to come to our Discord. You have to verify your wallet. If you're a holder, then you can go into our claim channel. You can go in and claim your coins every single day. Unfortunately, they don't stack, so if you miss a day, you do miss out on those coins. But you can come into our Discord every day and claim. We had talked about doing the ERC20 sort of token based on Ethereum, but I think with, liquidity problems and not having enough volume in sales, we didn't think that was a realistic route for us. I've been in tokens before. I've helped develop tokens before. I've promoted tokens before. I've made money on tokens before. It's just not a game that we want to get into. So that's why we did it in Discord. It's a reward. It's not financial freedom. It's basically a thank you to people that hold our NFTs, and that's it. And we will make the redemption platform available the moment we mint those public mutants out. The public meaning we've got mutation devices, which are spray cans, so fly spray and Venus fly traps. And those are devices that people can use to get mutants as well. So you've got a free mint, which is gas only, that people can use those devices. And then we've got a public mint where anyone can buy for 0.03. So we allotted a certain amount of NFTs for each type of mint. And people are holding their devices and will burn those whenever they want. But our public mint is available anytime, any day for 0.03. And I believe there's 600 or less available for public mint, and that's it. So hopefully that made sense.
Yeah, that's completely makes sense. Okay, and while surfing your website and going through your project, I also came to know about your file download tool, through which people can just download the stuff and use it on your merch store or on anything. So does it cost them anything to use the artwork on your merch store? And also,
No,
can
no. So
someone use these
basically,
things?
yeah, what I'm going to do
Yeah,
is I
go
think
ahead.
next week we're going to we're going to launch this tool, and I have a developer that's sort of gotten a car accident, so we've been having to wait on that a little bit. So that's what the delay has been on that product. But once this tool is ready, people can come to this tool on our website, connect their wallet, and then what it's going to do is it's going to look and see what assets they have in their wallet, and then give them the ability to download their assets with and without a background and premium high resolution. Because I think that all these NFTs are great, but they're more usable without the background. So we have a tool that's going to look at all the assets, look at all the traits, pull the background off, and allow them to download a PNG of those images, and then be able to upload them to our website and our merch store and add them to products. So that's going to be really cool. And they've got full rights, so they can do whatever they want with those NFTs. They can put them on products. They can do whatever they want. So it's going to be a very valuable tool, not only for them, but for me as well, because I have a lot of products that we're building because we have a wallet of NFTs that we had minted and purchased and swept off the floor on purpose. So we could have a wallet of designs that we could use rights free, because we will never use someone else's NFT on products to sell. So our Amazon store will only be NFTs and Funky Fly NFTs and Mutant Flies that we own. It would never be someone else's minted NFT. So a really cool tool and a really cool feature.
Yeah, I think it's a super cool idea because people can showcase their NFTs on the products they like most. Like if they can buy a T-shirt with the NFT showcasing on it, I think it's a pretty cool idea. But in my opinion, I think it is possible that scammers take pictures from the marketplace, and even if they don't have an ownership of those NFTs, can print them on the products they have. They can remove the backgrounds on photo editing tools or any image editing tools. So how will you determine these kind of people that they are scammers using NFTs without ownership of the NFT?
I don't. That's a good question, and that's one of the main questions that I've had in NFT since day one is how do you stop those people? Because I'll tell you right now, OpenSea has changed the file format. So if you were to try to go in and right click and download these images, it's a weird format. I don't know what the format is, but it's not really usable. So the only way that you can use it is if you do a screenshot. And some of them, like our flies, are definitely high resolution. So you could go in and screenshot it. But I mean, at that point, it's all about ethics. It's all about like, why do that? Someone owns it. Go buy a fly. If you want to put it on a t-shirt, go buy a fly, right? I don't think there's any way. I don't think there's any way to stop it. People are going to do whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? So that's one of the
I can
unknowns I think
understand.
in NFTs still.
Yeah, and I think if people remove the background, if a scammer remove the background from any NFT with the help of Photoshop or any other editing tool, it is possible that they will end up changing the pixels or pixel value of that NFT. So I think there should be a mechanism that every NFT have because every NFT will be having a unique pixel values behind that image. So if you save that pixel values for every NFT somewhere on the database or on the blockchain, then I think when someone will try to change the picture or change the image or change the NFT artwork by removing backgrounds or customizing them, I think it will just get to know that they have changed the NFT. So I think this could be happen uh, by protecting from scammers or from these kind of people.
Totally.
Okay, and I think there should be a QR code or a serial number associated with every NFT that is printed with the product, so people can just scan the QR code from a T-shirt that take them to the real owner's website or marketplace that they are buying the genuine product. I think this would happen uh, to protect people from scamming.
Totally. I mean, something's got to change. I mean, people steal NFTs and images all day, use them on their phones, use them on merchandise. There's no way to stop it, I don't think,
Yeah, I
personally.
think if you Yeah, I think if you put a restriction, people will find a new way, and there you won't end up stopping everybody from using these images. We have people that are using Amazon logo on bags or on T-shirts, and they are not copyrighted products. They are just using some other brand's logos on their products. So I think we can't stop everybody. Okay. Could you please tell us about Funky Fly's Amazon store? What products do you have in there, and do you have any plan to allow entrepreneurs or small businesses to use Amazon FBA or any other method to and your Funky Flies logo along with their name to sell their products?
Well, so we're in the process now of setting this whole thing up. We've got our Amazon account or Amazon seller account set up. We're going through the process of getting branded in Amazon, which is, proving to be a lot of documentation, a lot of this, a lot of that. So we're going through that process. We're actually working on all the products now, working on packaging, working on labels, working on product ideas and things like that. And then what we're going to do is, I mean, basically the reason we're doing it is because I feel like the Web3 NFT marketplace, not so much on Telegram. I don't use Telegram very often, but on Twitter, where a lot of NFTs are promoted, because I think Telegram is mostly for tokens, in my experience, and Twitter is more for NFTs and some tokens. I just feel like the market's saturated. It's the same people preaching the same thing to the same people and trying to sell the same thing. So I think the only way to get your brand out there is to put it out in front of people that aren't necessarily invested in NFTs. So that's why we created our coloring book. That's why we're doing Vans shoes. That's why we're doing all of these products that have our artwork on it, our logo on it. It's trademarked. People can't use it. We are the only ones that can use it. You know, Amazon is making us prove the documentation that we own the trademark. So it's a very, very strict, regulated Amazon store that we're setting up. And our goal is to get our product and our brand in front of people that don't know what NFTs are, because I think that's the only way that people can go. That's why people are developing hot sauces. That's why people are developing, you know, skateboard brands and all that stuff based on their NFTs, because, you know, Web3 is still small and it's the same, like I said, it's the same people. It's free mints, it's this, it's that. So, you know, this is the direction we wanted to go with it. And it's been a lot of fun because I'm a graphic designer by trade. And so it's been really fun designing fun product labels. And like I said, like we're not taking NFTs too serious, meaning this is all fun. I don't rely on this to make a living. This is something I've done out of passion. A year later, I'm still here. And a year later, we're still promoting. We're still pushing the envelope. We're still doing things differently than everybody else, and we'll continue to do it. So our Amazon store, we're probably looking at 3 or 4 months, maybe, before it's out. We wanted to try to push it out before the holidays, but you know, I'm trying to be realistic. You know, things need to be printed, products need to be delivered. We're not doing Amazon fulfillment right away. We're only doing, you know, we're going to be fulfilling items here from my home in Vermont. And then our other location, my partner's location in California. So we're going to be, you know, doing it that way for now and try to build and see where it can go. But a percentage of the Amazon store profits do go back to the product, back to the NFT project. So that's how it sort of ties in.
Yeah, I completely agree with you going with the Amazon when you have other things done. And yeah, I see a Funky Fries coloring book and it's pretty good. And so it got me thinking that do you have any plan to also have a comic book as well? And also tell us that
Probably,
the yeah,
probably not a
yeah, Joe.
comic book. No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And yeah, and the coloring book, is it also available on some physical stores, or you are planning to visit local schools and ask them to use this coloring book in their school as well?
Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try some local stuff here, some local stuff in California. Again, the Amazon store. It's on our merch store now. We did a short run of them, about 100 coloring books, just to test the waters and get it done. And then we're gonna work on a digital coloring book as well through Amazon. So that'll be exciting too.
Yeah, and I also read that you have a plan to physical space in North Carolina and do some great parties over there. So I want to know that who will have an access to these events, and also will you cover a visa or ticket expenses for any of your lucky NFT holders as well?
Basically, what we're doing is we're gonna try to do next year just a community meetup. It's going to be, you know, a catered event at a location somewhere. We'll call it central. We're just going to put together a nice little event where people can come and hang out and meet each other in person. I mean, we're not paying expenses. We're not the Bored Apes, you know. We didn't make millions, you know what I'm saying? So it's more of if you want to come and you're a holder, come hang out, come meet everybody, come meet me, come meet the team, come meet people that you've talked to, you know, in Discord and on voice chat that you may want to meet in person. So that's basically why we're planning it, just to sort of like everybody can meet everybody face to face to show that we're all real people and we're not just like keyboard warriors, I like to say.
Yeah, I think this is the way to show transparency to the people that you guys are legit and transparent and working hard to achieve things, and so people can get to know you guys. It's a great idea, and I'm curious about your project. And while I was going through your website and your NFTs, I can just say goosebumps. As I said earlier, I was listening to the anthem you have again and again. So it got me thinking that do you guys have any plan on the in the long run to have a short film kind of video or animated series on the life of funky flies to attract
That's
more people among the funky flies?
That's a good question. I did have somebody approach us about doing some sort of animated series. I think it'd be really cool. I don't know if that'll ever I don't know if that'll ever come to life, so to speak. But I think it's a really, really great idea, and I think it would be a perfect opportunity for people to see it animated. Just, who knows? I get a lot of inquiries about a lot of things, and very few ever come to life. But an animated series has been brought up. Whether or not that will happen, who knows? Maybe the right person sees it. But I will say one of the highlights of this NFT project is the day that Snoop Dogg followed us and retweeted us. That was a pretty epic day. So that was pretty exciting. So people definitely have seen our project.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg is following other NFT popular projects, and I'm a fan of Snoop Dogg. He's doing pretty great, and I think the artwork you have is super cool, and the story based on the flies is gonna be a real gem. If you have a short film or a short film on YouTube or any animated series, it will be really great, and more people will be attracting towards funky flies. I think it's a super cool idea.
I agree.
And yeah,
Sure.
let's let's get going to my other questions. I can see you guys are doing some charitable work as well, allowing people to donate to, and you have supported Uganda's Shakeboard Society. It's pretty great and it's pretty cool. So please tell us your future plans. That what kind of charities you will be doing, and for choosing the charity. Do you take your community's feedback in this regard? That what kind of charities you should be donating?
Yeah, when we started this project, one of the things I wanted to do is that, there's a lot of projects, as we all know, that make millions and millions and millions of dollars and don't do shit with it. They keep it. They don't do anything with it. Or they rug, or they promise the world and they don't deliver. So there's a lot of that going on. So one of the things that I wanted to make sure is that the limited funds that we made from our mint be used for something like IRL and help someone. So my partner is the one that found the Uganda Skateboard Society on Twitter, and we just started corresponding with them, and we made a donation. And when I contacted them, they were very skeptical because the Gose is the guy that runs that program, and he told me personally, he goes, I didn't believe you when you said you were going to do it because we've been contacted by so many NFT projects, and none of them came through. So I said, listen, man, I'm going to personally make sure this came through. So we did. I think it ended up being around $37,000 it took to get 21 boxes of complete skateboard decks with decks, grip tape, bearings, wheels, tools, they were shipped out of California. I actually found a skateboard shop there, a small skateboard shop there that I wanted to help support as well and place a big order with them. So they helped me facilitate the whole thing. They helped me ship it all. It was 21 boxes through USPS, and it took 4 to 5 weeks for them all to get there, but they all landed. And what was really great about it is because of our donation, everybody followed suit. They ended up getting flooded with donations. They got donations from Mountain Dew. They got donations from Adidas. They got donations from other NFT projects. So the fact that we started that, to me, says a lot about our project because we actually did it from the beginning. We said we were going to do something, and we did it, and we did it in a timely fashion, and that's what we've been doing. We've been executing the entire way. Moving forward, as we start to make profit on this project, because there's no profit to be made. We don't make money. I work for free. My team works for free. No one makes money on this project. So once it starts to be profitable, then we can start talking about, then we can start talking about nonprofits, and we do take considerations from the community. So they suggest nonprofits that we can donate to, but that'll be something that we think about further on down the road once we get Amazon set up, and then we can take a percentage of that and then, use that towards donations.
Okay, that's super cool doing charitable work. I think it's super a great idea and great concept to help others that are in need, and you guys are doing pretty good. One last question from my side, and then we'll move towards community questions. I see people are listening to us for a very long time. So, do you have any plan to also launch your own native token as well in the future?
Nah, like I said, we don't dabble with tokens at all, just because of liquidity problems and having to keep up with liquidity and worrying about you know transaction volume and things like that. So not really something that we'll want to launch. No.
Okay, let's get to the. Okay, before we get to the audience questions, John, is there anything that we have not covered that you would like to tell our community about?
Let me take a look here. Let me take a look. I don't think so. We do have a game night coming up. I do want to just talk about the calendar real quick. Not sure how many will make it, but we've got we're doing the AMA today, so we've got a Flingo game night coming up next Wednesday, the 30th, and then we've got another one coming up on Wednesday, December 7th that you guys can check out. But if you go to the website, there is a news and updates feed on the homepage that has a link to our calendar. If you've got a project that wants to be part of our game night, you can fill out a form and submit a request, and then we can fit you into the schedule based on your project and the type of game that you want. And then also there is an email sign up for our newsletter, so go ahead and subscribe to that. We send that out once a month and just covers everything that we're sort of going through and what we're doing. And I think that's it. I think that covers it all.
Yeah, understood. So I'll suggest community members to join the game night, and you can win some exciting prizes as John discussed to us in this AMA. So community members, please raise your hands for asking the questions, and we have 11 minutes left, so we'll take as much questions as we can. So please ask only one question, and your questions should be concise. Okay, let's see. We have a lot of people raising the hands. So, Nia, you are allowed to speak. You can ask your question to John.
Hi. So my question is that while I was reading on your site, I saw the brand partnership tab. So is there any specific brand that you have in target at the moment, or any partnership that you're already in progress?
We do have a couple that are sort of in talks that I can't really talk about now. But I mean, obviously, the brand and marketing that we're sort of targeting would be, I don't know if you guys have heard of like a Hot Topic type of brand, or a Spencer Gift type of brand, or a Van Shoe type of brand. Like, those are what we're targeting. Those types of companies are who we've sort of been in contact with. And it takes time because they get requests all the time. So I've got contacts in many different locations. I've got requests out to many different brands. So it's a process. This is something that I've always wanted since the day that I started. So again, we don't pay for anything. We don't pay for promotion. We don't pay for marketing. It's very grassroots. It's very personal. So it's going to take time. But anybody that we show it our idea to and our project to, they love it. So all it's going to take is one person to say, let's go, and we'll be good to go. So, we're going to keep pushing towards that. And, there's going to be, there will be some announcements coming up for sure.
Okay, thank you so much, Nia, for your questions. So let's get another question. We have, Julie Kansarian. Julie, you are allowed to speak.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes. A little bit
we
of an
can hear
echo,
you,
Yeah,
but we
but
can
thank
hear
you
there's a
for
feedback. Yeah.
my question is, why do you guys look for an NFT project specifically when they want
Julie,
to
there's echo
come
coming.
into
There's a
I
echo
mean,
coming
do you look
from your mic. I just had to mute Julie because there was echo coming. So Julie, if you could just fix your mic, or I don't know what was the issue. So let's get going with Fisher, Teen Fisher. You're allowed to speak, mate. Fisher Teen.
Yes,
Sorry.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So my question is, do you have any plan to have a contest for artists? Like every artist can submit their network, creating some cool, funky flies, and winners' artwork can be converted to NFT, and you guys list them among your NFT collections, and winner can have royalties from that NFT's mints.
Yeah, we do have a collaboration collection on our OpenSea account where people can certainly submit their ideas, and we do have we had an idea back in the day, and obviously this is when Ethereum was worth a lot more and a lot more NFTs were being purchased, but it was right along those lines where we wanted the community to submit ideas of fly art, and then we were going to lazy mint those on OpenSea and put those up for sale, and then the funds of those NFTs would either go, half of it would go to the community, and then half of it would go to the artists that we that submitted the art. So, something along those lines definitely would be coming down the road. I mean, we thought about actually another option we decided, which led us to the coloring book, is we were going to supply, black and white line art of a few different flies, have the community color them in, and then also lazy mint those as NFTs as well in a collaboration collection. So the short answer is we sort of have that going now, but with this market right now, we're sort of like, archiving a bunch of cool ideas. So hopefully when the market starts to run again, we could sort of take advantage of something like that, because I think that would be fun to see art from community members. So yes, thank you for the question.
Okay, thank you very much for answering.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, Fisher Teen, thank you so much for a great question. I really like the idea you were just asking. Okay, yeah, we have a lot of people raising their hands, so let's unmute.
Hey, I wanted to
Nida,
ask.
you have a question?
Yeah, I was going to answer one
John.
question. One question I just saw from Julie. What do you guys look for in an NFT project, specifically when they want to come into Flingo Game Night? So blah blah blah. I mean, do you look for KYC or audit report? Blah blah blah. So basically, what we look for if a project wants to come into our Flingo Game Night is we have people that. So when they fill out our game night request form, we go in and we sit in your Discord for a couple of weeks, because we're booked out until the end of January right now. And so we want to see the community. We want to see the community interaction. We want to see, where you're at in your mint, where you're at in your sweeping. We just want to see overall activity, overall community effort. I want to see how receptive and how interactive and how active the owners of the project are, because I come into a lot of projects where the owners are like, here's an example. I approached a project because I loved the art, and I said, I want to get you guys in a game night. Would you be interested? And their reply was, hey, bro, we all have IRL jobs and don't have any time for that, but thank you. Like that, to me, I would never invest in a project that had that reply to me. So we just vet them based on the art, based on the utility, and based on the community and how active, and based on how active the owners of the project are. That's what we look at to get people onto one of our game nights. So anybody that wants to submit, go to our website. There's a sign up form. Read all the information on that page. There's a lot of info. Make sure that you're okay with that info, and then you can fill out the request form, and you'll hear from me personally, either on Twitter DM or on Discord DM, and I will get back to you on available dates and whether or not we think that it could be a benefit to have you on the game show. So just wanted to answer that real quick.
Yeah, so Julie, I hope you get your answer for the question you just pasted in the chat. Okay, we'll just take two more questions, and I have already unmuted Nida. Nida, you can ask your question now.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I want to know that have you done any research on the flies before making flies NFT? That what are the traits these flies have that make them different from each other, like their body parts or any other that you have created NFTs while considering them? And also, do you have any plan to have any breeding system that people can get a new baby fly NFT? Thank you.
We had thought about the whole baby fly NFT option, and it's definitely on the table. But in this market, it would be something that we would consider if and when the market gets a little better, because I think there's too many projects that are launching, too many iterations, and too many options that just aren't selling out, or they'll cut their mint short just to start their next option. I don't think that's a good way of doing it. With regards to the flies, I'm not sure if you were asking before we started our project, but anyone that wants to get into our flies now, some of the traits that I would look for would be the bones. Anything that our mutants would be the gray, black and white traits on our mutants, the bones on the OGs, the rasta, anything that has flans on it, the tree backgrounds. You can go to rarity tools as well. I know OpenSea has their own rarity checker that's kind of shitty, pardon my language, but rarity tools is what we use for our rarity. We submitted to them right when we started, so you can check there and see what the rare traits are, and it'll help you pick some for your collection.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Anita, thank you so much for the question. I think she was asking about the traits. If you have researched about the flies and then going with the name of the project flies and making the NFTs, I think it's pretty good. And you guys have researched, and you just shared us the story you had before
Yes,
the
correct.
project, before this.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's get one more question. Ellen Max, if I'm not wrong, let me see. Yeah, Alan Max. Yeah, your voice is a little low, but we can hear you.
Is it okay now?
That's better. Yep.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. My question is, tell us more about the trade channels incentives and what it is, how people can earn incentives. I mean, it will be based on the NFT trades or how?
So that'll be based on the NFT traits. And so what we're going to do is a lot of communities start up these trait groups. And so we're going to select different traits as soon as these channels are available. We're going to set up different traits that have a different incentive each month, so people can claim based on those traits, because there are people that collect bones. There's people that collect Vans. There's people that collect Jordans. There's people that collect digital watches. There's people that collect the bone wings. There's people that collect the ice wings. And so it's going to be based strictly on a trait that we select, so people can come in and claim daily based on the number of NFTs that they have that trait. So that's just something we had thought about, just because, a lot of projects like the Apocalyptic Apes, the Lazy Lions, all these bigger projects, they have these trait communities and they work really, really well. The only downfall to this whole thing is that it's a very community organized feature. I'm so busy with what I'm doing in real life and what I handle, because I probably handle 90% of the things that happen on this project personally on my own. So the trait aspect, the trait communities, the trait groups, the trait incentives, that is a community-based effort. Once we get the channels done, then it becomes a community-based thing, kind of like the floor of a project. If the community sees the value of the project, they keep the floor high. If they don't respect the project, they keep the floor low. So kind of a community-built thing. So there's going to be more information on that soon. So thank you for asking.
Okay, I got my answer. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Alan Max. John, we are just running out of time, so it was our pleasure to have you here. I really admire all the things you guys are doing, and it's been one of my favorite NFT project. I really love the energy and the artworks you have. So if you have any closing statements, mic is yours.
Well, I got to say that I've done a lot of these, and I will say that you were the most prepared. I can tell that you actually researched our project and you knew things that no one else would know without looking at our newsletter, without looking at our website, without researching the project. So I applaud you for that, because I've done so many AMAs where people just ask me questions that don't pertain to our project whatsoever. And you can tell that they're just sort of reading from a script. So I thank you for taking the time to research our project, and I would do an AMA with you anytime, do some giveaways anytime, and I appreciate you having me on for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much for your great feedback. We normally don't provide shitty service to the projects because people are giving value when they come to our launch and giving their precious time to our community members and to us. We don't give them the shitty service. We provide them the quality service, and I do research about. I try to normally cover everything about the project. So thank you so much for being here. It's been really great talking to you, John.
And I got a question. So how do we do the giveaways, and when do the giveaways take place?
Yeah, we are just gonna give some best questions, give rewards for the best questions. We will pick some best questions for the rewards, and I'll be posting the the winners of the reward. And we normally do one wheel spin, so I'll be just bringing the wheel up. My team has prepared a list of all members that were in this VC, so we can give them an NFT reward. Yeah,
Cool.
I'll be bringing the wheel up in a second, just a second.
Cool. And we'll do the Ethereum as well. And I'll give away, because I said that I was going to do an NFT. So we've got Ethereum to give away, and I think we've got an NFT to give away, correct?
John, can you hear me? I cut out in the middle of the image. So you were saying something, John?
Yeah, so we have Ethereum to give away as well as some NFTs or an NFT to give away, correct?
Yeah, correct. Personally, I like 2 or 3 questions from the community members that had some really great questions. So I think we should give them the Ethereum reward. And I thought that we would do one wheel spin for the NFT giveaway. Just a second. I'll just bring the wheel up by sharing my screen. It will bring in a second. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's stop the recording first, and then we'll move on to the giveaway.